Hey, all right, friends. Doc South here. Oh my gosh, is the room shaking again? Yes, another tremor. No, it's what I've got is this. The I guess it's what do you call it? Well, it's a holder for the smartphone that I record these things on, and it's kind of like a spiral, so it's almost like a spring. I don't know if it's the right idea, but I like it. It works well. It fits on my yeah, it fits on the little table I have here too, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, enough said. Enough of that baloney. I've got a really cool idea. Yesterday, it came to me. It's been festering in my head for a while, but the other day, I was asked to come into my the supermarket I work for. Evidently, the fellow that normally does the carts was out sick. And so they asked if I wouldn't mind coming in, and heck, I don't mind. It was a nice day, not hot like we have now, and I had actually it was kind of fun, kind of neatening up the parking lot. I was picking up all cigarette butts and getting the carts where they belong, and it was kind of a change of pace. It was nice too to be out actually in the sunlight instead of always in the dim recesses of the dairy cooler. So yeah, it was a little bit of a treat. And the I know you'll hear these commercials on the radio. Oh, I it's usually some guy probably in his 30s or so. He's thinking about investing, and he's seeing some poor old guy pushing carts through the parking lot. He says, "Oh, I don't want to wind up like him." Well, frankly, I've been told by many a financial planner that a lot of people retire, and it's they all the time leading up to retiring, they're saying, "I'm going to go play golf all the time. I'm going to go fishing, yeah, yada yada yada," and all this stuff they're going to do. And the planner has told me that more often than not, about 2 months after retiring, the person will come in and sit down with the planner and say, "I'm so sick of playing stupid golf and fishing. I need a job." And a lot of times these guys wind up going and doing just something. If not volunteer work, maybe they go and they work at a supermarket, make a few bucks, meet some people, and just have a job that they sort of don't really mind doing and they can do part time. You'd be surprised. Working's kind of addictive, isn't it ever? Well, you'll see. I kind of like working, old as I am, older than dirt, but I like it. But anyway, so I was in the parking lot the other day, last night, and I bought some groceries, and after working in the dairy, and I had a cart, and I was getting ready to take it to the little cart tent, and there was a fellow worker was closer to the tent. He says, "Hey Doc, just shove the thing to me. I'll put it in the tent for you." So I said, "Well, let me see if I can come close to you." And I run back a little bit, run with the cart, and then release it. And darned if the cart didn't sail across the lot. There was no way it was going to hurt a car or anything. There weren't that many cars there at that time. And it rolled right up to his feet. He said, "Doggone it, that's all right. Man, look at that." And and we got to talking. I walked over and we were yakking a bit. I said, that could almost be a game, where you try to come closest without touching, right? He says, "Yeah, you could put up like a pylon." I said, "Gee," I said, another thing you could do is you could set up a row of carts with the backs of the cart facing you, and you could roll your cart aimed at the center cart. In other words, you have like say not eight, say seven, an odd number, seven carts lined up with their tails to you, and then what you've got to do is you get points for coming closest to having your cart enter the center cart. If you miss, well, or you don't come quite up to it, etc. Okay, you don't get points for that shove, right? He says, "Yeah, that'd be kind of fun to do. We should try that someday." It's yeah, maybe when the boss ain't around, we'll probably get in trouble. But I don't know. I kind of like the thought. Yeah, he says, and you could do bowling. He said you could erect something that could get knocked over by a cart without hurting it or hurting itself. I don't know what it would be. A stack of empty cans, and you could see, yeah, like coffee cans, the big coffee cans. You could make a stack. They, one sitting on top of the other, empty, and you could see if you could hit the post with your cart, right? Yeah. Oh gosh, there's a million of these things that you could do. You could have a contest. How many grocery clerks could you fit in a shopping cart? Yeah, I'm guessing you could, and still push it. Yeah, yeah, and still push it. Let's see. I'll bet you. God, I know five would be easy. I think, but you get much after five, it'd be kind of tough. But you almost could work it out. I mean, you'd have to really think it over. But I'll bet you could get 10 or 12 people into a shopping cart and still be able to push it. As long as you have a strong enough guy, right? Now, gosh, what's some of the other stuff? Well, you could have a cart war. Yeah, a cart charge. Yeah, where your carts charge a battery of other carts. The carts are maybe got red banners on them. Yours have blue, and you shove your carts at the and see how many you can hit. Yeah, it'd be like a cart charge. Yeah, I'm sure that something could be worked out with that, right? I think so. Let's see. Oh gosh, the big one though, the thing I think would be absolutely the coolest thing ever would be racing the carts you use for people who can't who have trouble walking, sore feet or whatever. I think that could be kind of fun. You could invite other stores within your chain to send their best driver and cart, right? And you charge them up, their batteries get charged, and then you have like either a drag race or a Grand Prix, or even a road course kind of thing, where instead of just being in an oval, they could do like a serpentine course, right? I think I could see people getting pretty wild about that. Yeah, you put up hay bales in case they crash, and you do like 3 laps. You have a flag man and all that. And if I could, and a pit crew, right? You could have a pit area and an announcer. Huh? My hands up for the announcer. I think that'd be. Although I don't know. I think I'd kind of like to drive one. Yeah, it'd be a slow motion race, but it'd be all sorts of thrills and chills, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't think there'd be any accidents to worry about. Wouldn't hurt the carts, and you could have various divisions, I suppose. I don't know about little kids, but you could have kids that were 10 years old could certainly handle a cart. Then you could have various divisions, dairy department against dairy department, from one store or the other within the chain. Let's see. Well, even maybe some of the older customers would want to get in on the race. You could invite them, an old timers invitational, right? I could see you spending a whole afternoon doing that. Except you got to charge the darn things. Maybe there's a way to switch batteries. You get a pit group, stick in a new battery. I don't know. And maybe you let them, maybe there's some way to soup them up a little so you get some speed going. I mean, you see a shopping cart doing 50 miles an hour, I don't know. You could have drag racing. You definitely could do that. Although I like the idea of it being slow motion. It would really draw out the tension. And you could use it as a fundraiser, for some charity, right? Maybe someone in town's low on money, just had a hard hit, maybe a house fire or something, or what? Yeah, and you could do something to help. I don't know. Kind of like it. You could have the scouts, Boy Scouts selling pretzels, and yeah. Oh, I kind of. I'm going to have to talk to the bigwigs. Maybe one of them will see this. I might have to send out an email. Anyway, that's enough for now, friends, I guess. But gosh, the possibilities are endless. Yeah, I like the idea also. One last thing. Of course, the Grand Prix really hits me, but I don't think I said it on this video, but you could actually see who can push the most carts at once. You just keep lining them up, by increments of 5. Okay, easy to push 5. 10, that's getting a little harder. 15, 20. I'll bet there's some guy could probably push about, in each store. It might not be the cart guy, but might be someone else, but he could, I'll bet there's someone who could push like 100 of them. Huh? Wouldn't that be a sight to see? Holy crow. Yeah, sort of like a hometown Olympics. Right there on the old blacktop. Yeah, I like the idea. Anyway, okay, there you go, friends. That's a wrap for now. Doc South signing off. Yeah, I got to get to work. I'll see you later. Bye now.